Welcome to my bird room. I have a passion for parrots, and during this movie I'd like to teach you a little bit how to take proper care of a parrot. The parrots that I own each have their own cage. One thing that you'll learn about parrots is that when they're held in captivity, they should each have their own living space. The first type of parrot that I own is called an eclectus. Eclectus are the only type of parrot that are actually dimorphic, meaning that the color will tell you whether or not it is a male or a female. I have a male. Mostly their color is green, and they have a candy corn colored beak with some red under feathers and some indigo blue tail feathers. These birds are quite friendly, although mine tends to be pretty shy. All of my parrots were hand-fed as babies, including this one. The next type of parrot that I have is a double yellow-headed Amazon. These birds are very famous for their strength and beauty. This bird happens to be mostly green with a little bit of red on its feathers and a very vibrant yellow head. It has a nude-colored beak and loves to eat nuts, seeds, and all types of fruits and vegetables. This bird has a talking capability of a 2-year-old child. He loves to speak and loves to mimic anything that we have going on in the household, especially when the phone rings. He thinks he's the one that can answer it. The next type of parrot that I have is a green-winged macaw. These are the type of parrots that you typically see in the zoo. This parrot is a lot of work, but is so much fun. I bought him when he was just 6 months old and hand-fed him as a baby. This type of parrot has an extremely strong beak, being able to break chain links with one snap. He loves to eat almonds, and grapes are probably his favorite. He eats a diet of mostly seed, fruits, vegetables, and lots of nuts. Walnuts, peanuts, cashews, any kind of nuts he can get his little claws on. The last type of parrot that I own is called an umbrella cockatoo. Now, the umbrella cockatoo is a very friendly and affectionate bird, often referred to as Velcro because they tend to stay right by the sides of their owners. And this is Princess. She's going to talk to you a little bit right now because as soon as she hears you talking, she loves to talk back. She has a crest on the top of her head that when it goes up often looks like an umbrella. This bird loves fruits and vegetables as well and loves to eat seeds and pellets for a diet. Princess is a very friendly bird who loves to wave hello. Hello, Princess. Hello. She loves to chatter back. She loves to be petted and rubbed. One thing that is extremely important learning about parrots is to make sure to never approach them with a blind hand. So meaning never put your hands on the back of them without them being able to see you first, because their first instinct will be to bite. And believe me, when a bird bites, it hurts. Now this is Bonbon, my green-winged macaw. And one thing that's extremely important about these birds, which are often seen in zoos or on popular beaches and often summertime destinations, is that you should never, ever approach a bird that does not know you. It takes months and months and months to build the kind of trust needed to be able to have them interact with humans well. And even at that point, there are always times when a bird could get scared and have the tendency to bite. This bird actually took me a long time to become acquainted with. He was only 6 months old, and I spent about a month going back and forth to the pet store each and every day, getting him used to me and me getting used to him. Finally, when he came home, he was just a doll. He loves to cuddle, he loves to be pet, and he is just full of personality. He even plays peekaboo. This is Henry. You can see all of the different colorings on his side. One more thing that is extremely important about birds is making sure that you don't have them around anything toxic. Toxic fumes can be deadly to birds. Birds actually have air sacs, different from humans which breathe through lungs, and their air sacs are extremely sensitive to anything toxic. For example, if you're spraying air freshener, that can actually kill a bird, including candles, the scent of candles, even cooking with Teflon pans. There's something in the Teflon pan that when it's heated to a certain temperature will actually let off toxic fumes, and birds have been known to be killed by those toxic fumes. It's really, really important that if you do choose to get a bird in your household, that you learn a lot about the species before you get it. Each species is very, very different. The umbrella cockatoo is extremely friendly. My green-winged macaw is friendly to people that he knows, not necessarily other people. And my Amazon pretty much just likes to hang out, along with my eclectus. Some birds do not like to be touched, although they love to give great company. Lastly, I just wanted to show you a few different parts of the bird. If you look at the top of their beak, that's called the upper mandible, and the lower portion of their beak is called the lower mandible. That's what they use to crack nuts, eat seeds, and they can even do things as delicate as peel grapes. Now, when you see her jump up and down, she's going to put her crest up, and the crest is what is on top of her head. Those are the feathers that kind of make that umbrella that give her the name umbrella cockatoo. You will also notice the eye coloring, and on some birds the eye coloring will actually give you a hint as to whether they're a boy or a girl. Now this cockatoo is actually a girl, but the only way that you can tell if most birds are male or female is by doing blood work. All of their reproductive organs are inside of their body, so just looking at the outside of a bird, you will not be able to tell if it's male or female. Looking at their wingspan, if you take their wing out to the side, you will notice they have upper feathers and they have lower feathers. And now you'll notice that some of hers are clipped. She loves to chew my jewelry. These wings underneath are clipped, and those are called her flight feathers. If she has those flight feathers in, she will be able to fly. Without those flight feathers, it allows me to keep her in control and make sure that she's not going to get away outside. Not so much that I mind inside, but outside it could be a real danger should she ever get away. So it's really, really important that if you are going to get a bird, you take care of clipping their wings. It does not hurt them. It's more like when we clip our fingernails. And I often tell the children when I bring my birds to school that it's just an extra safety precaution. There's nothing that hurts the bird when their wings are clipped. If you look at the front of a bird, usually right underneath their throat, they have something called a crop. And you can't see it when I'm just holding the bird there. It's actually underneath their feathers. But underneath is their crop, and their crop is actually where they store their food until they digest it. It's almost like a second stomach or like a little food pouch. They store food there and then slowly digest it. So oftentimes they'll eat a lot at one time and slowly digest it over the next few hours. The last thing that I wanted to describe to you today is the difference in a bird's feathers. Their outer feathers are very silky smooth and mostly water repellent to keep them protected in all types of weather. Underneath their top feathers, they actually have short, fluffy little feathers that are referred to as down feathers. This is what we're used to most pillows being made out of. They often will molt their feathers, which means that they will shed their feathers and regrow new feathers. And they come in as pin feathers, which actually have little wax coating until the bird preens itself until the feathers are ready and brand new. So it's been great teaching you today about my birds. I hope you've enjoyed learning about all of them. And hopefully, if you have any questions, you'll let me know. Thank you.